Today we're going to play some Push Berry Title. I'm Will, that's Brandon. We're the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast. As always, let's cheers and talk about some wrestling, huh?
Yeah, just like a little fun game. What superstar in each question do we want to push? Who do we want to give a title to? And who do we want to bury? It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played any fun games and just kind of had some fun. We're going to mix in some questions. So each one, we have, I think, 7 or 8 rounds. And each one, they have like a category, basically. We're going to do our push, bury, and our title, which is push one superstar, bury another, and give the other one a title. And then we'll answer our question, which will kind of be relevant to WWE news as of today. Well, let's get to it. Because as of Friday or Monday Night Raw that just happened a few days ago, we got ourselves a big old Clash in Paris Fatal 4-Way Championship match with Seth Rollins, LA Knight, CM Punk, and Mr. Main Event Jey Uso. So I said, screw it. Our first bracket or our first category will be Fatal 4-Way Challengers here. So Seth Rollins already has a title, so you can't do title with him. Push, bury, title, CM Punk, LA Knight, and Mr. Jey Uso.
Okay. Well, I think one's right out of the gate pretty easy. I'm titling CM Punk.
Woo!
I want CM Punk to get the title. I think we talked a little bit about this in regards to going into SummerSlam. And we thought maybe the story would be, hey, Punk gets that title. He finally gets this, this moment that we've all been waiting for. He's finally back on top. And when he got the title and he held the title and you saw the emotion and the fans' emotion, you were like, yeah, this feels good. This is how this is supposed to feel. Which is also what made the Seth Rollins stuff so dang good, because you're like, ugh. So it's got to be title CM Punk. I'm pushing LA Knight.
Yeah.
We've kind of talked about LA Knight for time and time again. Really kind of just waiting for that push. It seems like they're going to push him, and then he falls back down. And then they're going to push him, and then no, not yet. I'm going to bury Jey Uso. I don't know if there is such a thing, because the man is so over, but that's also maybe in the credit as to why I'm burying him, because he is so over, like, you could bury him. He could be at any spot on any show. Doesn't have to be against anybody, and the fans are still going to cheer him. So I feel like this was a pretty easy, a little appetizer here.
Yeah, I kind of have the same sentiment here, but I did change it up a little bit. I'm going to bury Jey Uso. Look, man just had Yeet Mania. I think he got his push, so I'll push him to the side here, bury him. I'm going to push CM Punk, but I'm going to title LA Knight, and here's why. LA Knight winning a title in a Fatal 4-Way, that feels fine. Like, you can pin Jey Uso here. He doesn't have to get a solid victory over CM Punk or Seth Rollins. You give him a nice little title reign, you have fun with it. CM Punk needs to win back that title in a grudge match, singles match. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, big stipulations, big stakes. That's where you do it with him. So I got LA Knight doing the title here, CM Punk doing the pushing, Jey Uso doing the burying. Hell yeah. And then the question that's going to go along with this one is, we do have this match. Jey Uso is involved in it. A lot of people were thinking Roman Reigns was going to be involved with this. How do we feel about Roman being left out of it?
Yeah, and you say a lot of people. I think you mean you people. I think you were one of the ones. You were pushing for that. You're pushing Roman Reigns. Yeah, I'm okay with this, because you look at the logistics of it. I wanted Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, the Shula Fala versus the Ula Fala. I kind of said that tongue-in-cheek as kind of a joke, but then I realized, oh man, we're actually going to get this. Yeah. This sounds pretty cool. We talk about Bronson Reed kind of needing something. What better way to kind of make him feel important than to have him feud with Roman Reigns? And somebody's got to take the pin in this Fatal 4-Way. That's why you kind of throw Jey Uso in there. It seems pretty obvious to me, at least, he's going to take the pin. If you had me choose between Seth, LA, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, I'm like, any of these options are, available. You can really choose any of them. But I feel like this gives you the most clear, easy path.
Yeah, I'm okay with it if we do, in fact, get a Bronson Reed Roman Reigns match, because I feel like that'd be great for Bronson Reed. This whole tribal thief thing is really caught on. The Shula Fala, Paul Heyman comes out wearing it now, so it was like a really good. It's one of those moments where a promo and something said in a promo boosts up a guy's character out of nowhere, and it feels really good. So what better way to back it than to give him a match against Roman Reigns? Now, he won't win it, but even if he looks great, and even if he gets Roman down to the ground a few times and it looks like he's going to win it, that builds up his stock by a mile. So if we do end up getting Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, then I'm totally fine with Jey Uso taking his spot in the Fatal 4-Way. No biggie. Let's move it on, though. We're going to do another one.
Come.
Drew McIntyre, he's now in a feud with Mr. Cody Rhodes. And people have been begging for Drew McIntyre back in the title scene for so freaking long here. He's been doing, celebrity all-star tag team matches and stuff like that for long enough, but he's back in it. And so it got me into a title I looked around at people who haven't had the title in a while.
Come.
Overdue champions, been a while.
Come.
Push Barry title, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns.
Ooh, okay. Otis isn't on here. That's kind of
I guess it's been a while since he's had a world title on.
Quite a while. I know he's injured or something right now. So that's why he's not on.
It's been a while for these guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm going ahead. I am titling Drew McIntyre, like you just said, long overdue. Really long overdue. And honestly, the heel champion stuff, you look around, the champions I'm most intrigued by right now are Seth Rollins and Naomi. The heel champion is kind of the best champion, in my opinion. Just fantastic stuff. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to push Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton it's kind of a toss-up between Drew and Randy for me. I think Randy continuing to kind of maybe get title after title to try to get that John Cena number, to try to get to that 17, maybe eventually like an 18 sort of thing. I would kind of like to see that, or at least him being in the conversation of, hey, I want to get this done. I want this to happen. Plus, I just kind of miss Randy Orton. Been a while since we've kind of seen him. I know he did the tag team stuff, but like in meaningful stuff, I guess. And Roman Reigns, he is Roman Reigns. So for me, like, I don't need him having a title. He can be important and do anything he wants to do because he's Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I do have a title to Drew McIntyre. I'd be pushing Randy Orton, and I would be burying Roman Reigns. Love Roman Reigns, but like when you're only getting him showing up for like the big events, and people are going to argue, well, Randy Orton does the same thing. I would argue Randy Orton is around a little bit more than Roman Reigns. And you have the natural story here of like Randy Orton being pushed means he'd be around the title scene, and then we can start building his own can he break the record storyline that we're going to get down the road because he deserves the damn thing. So Drew McIntyre, give him the title. Randy Orton, give him a push. And Roman Reigns, bury him. I mean, just let him do what he's been doing. Show up to work a few times a year and have some fun, right? That's what I would do. Question for this, for the overdue champs, does go back to the Drew McIntyre storyline here. Would you like the idea of Cody having a short title reign and maybe this feud starts with Drew McIntyre somehow pulling out a championship win over Cody Rhodes?
Ooh, man. Okay, as the Cody fan in me, I'm like, no, I want Cody Rhodes to have that title for a long time. But as the wrestling fan in me, I just said my favorite champion is the heel champion. Drew McIntyre would be perfect. I think Drew McIntyre is long overdue. I think Cody is better, honestly, when he is chasing and he is trying to defeat that big bad heel. I really enjoy that stuff. I really think we get the fired up good Cody Rhodes, especially in some of the promo work. And I think a long feud with Cody and Drew could be fantastic. And I feel like the only way you kind of do that is if Drew does that and Cody has a short reign.
Yeah, I would be okay with it. Not going to lie about it. Just because, we are in the era of WWE where, especially with the main titles, it feels like we get long title reigns, which are good because these characters are so great and you get a bunch of good feuds out of them. I'm not complaining anymore about that. But it is one of those things where, like, Cody just recaptured it in one of the best matches of the year from John Cena. And then a heel Drew McIntyre can walk in and just snatch that thing right away. It's like, oh, okay, I'm now perked up and watching this. What happens next? So I feel like that'd be a cool like attitude era way of doing things. And Stone Cold, The Rock, they used to always just kind of drop those titles here and there all the time. So I think it'd be kind of cool to see Drew win it.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things that if Drew comes out and really, I don't know, does he lose stock? Maybe he doesn't lose stock because it is Drew McIntyre, but like it's still not going to hit the same, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be that. Like he loses a little bit of credibility.
Yeah,
if he just
exactly. Yeah, that too. Big storyline. We'll kind of talk about it after the Pushberry kill, but I went and looked at the current betting odds on if Naomi has to drop the title, who the favorites are right now. So in that aspect of things, Pushberry title, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, and Lyra Valkyria.
Oh. These are not the three names I thought were going to be on.
These are the betting odds,
I
bro.
thought Stephanie was going to be on there, and then I did not expect the other two. I thought the other two would have been Io and Rhea.
Went on the betting odds.
All right, here, let me take a look. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to title Stephanie Vaquer. I feel like Stephanie Velcro is the right choice. It's the smart choice here. I mean, she's the future. You had people saying she should go ahead and take the title off Naomi anyway before the long overdue time off, absence, whatever it is, really kind of broke. There were people like, yeah, just have her take it off there. Just go ahead and do it. So I feel like that's kind of just a smart answer. What are the other ones? Roxanne and Lyra. I'm going to, it's going to make me sound like a hater. I'm burying Lyra.
Oh.
My Becky barriers? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
My.
Birdwing barriers? I don't know. Just because I feel like she's just off doing some good stuff away from like the title scene. I don't need her in that. She just had a great IC title feud with Becky. Looks like we're going to get some sort of interesting dynamic with Bayley now, with maybe Bayley's new persona, new character. And Roxanne, I'm going to push. I feel like Roxanne's maybe been, I don't want to say overlooked, but I am going to use that word because Roxanne, like everybody knows how great she is in the ring. I think she's been with the Judgment Day stuff in the title scene. And it's like, I really want Roxanne to kind of take a step forward and really kind of like solidify herself. I feel like we know she's great, but like I want some more character out of Roxanne. And I feel like we haven't quite got that yet.
I'm going to slightly change it up. I agree with everything that you said for the most part. I'm going to title Stephanie Velcro because, I mean, she just is already ready for that sort of moment, which is going to make me sound like a hypocrite when I say the other two things. I'm going to bury Roxanne Perez because I don't think that she's done the proper steps to get there yet. I would like for her to go after the IC title at some point, stuff like that, which is exactly what Stephanie Velcro did not do. So hypocrite there, but whatever. And then Lyra Valkyria, you push her because I think that she could easily be someone to step into the world title feud picture if you wanted her to be there. She already had the IC thing. She literally can't go back to the IC right now because Becky's holding it. So your natural progression of things here is like, well, she did a phenomenal job in that feud. Let's push her up and let's see what she can do in a world title feud. So that's what I would do with it. And then our question here, we are going to finally acknowledge the Naomi stuff happening. Naomi, it's an undisclosed injury, but it is rumored that she is going to be out for an extended period of time, which leaves us thinking that she may have to vacate that title. If she does, who do you think should be the one to get that title?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe we just do a tournament. Why not? Or maybe you just run back. I don't know. I feel like Stephanie is the right choice. I mean, Stephanie is the number one contender, rightfully so. She won the Battle Royal during Evolution. I feel like that's a perfect, hey, you were the number one contender. The chance is right there. We'll just slide it right to you. I feel like that just makes the most logical sense. And in WWE right now, they're doing a lot of things that make logical sense. You're like, okay, yeah, I understand this completely. So wouldn't it just go to the next person up, the next woman up? So go ahead and give me Stephanie Velcro.
Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer is probably the right answer here. Wouldn't be mad at that at all. I absolutely love Steph, so I'm good with that. I thought about it though. Why not give it to Bayley? If we need to do this right now and like this is an emergency, let's vacate the title. Let's immediately see what this Bayley split personality character can do. Lyra can't go to the IC scene. So let's do this feud of Lyra Valkyria and split personality Bayley for the championship. Why not? See if they can do something great with this feud. We already have a bunch of backing with it. So give it a world championship and see what they can do with it. I feel like that would be a cool little thing and a right now story already surrounding it instead of going to Stephanie and then scrambling to figure out like what to do story-wise for her. That's what I would say.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't think any answer is really the wrong answer.
No.
I'm not going to sit here and say like that's
Maxine
a terrible
Dupree,
answer.
Natalia.
Yeah, well, not if she's
Your
Natty.
girl Zelina Vega.
Not if she's Natty Neidhart, whatever the name is.
Yeah, the blood sport.
Yeah,
looking real good. Anyway, we'll move it on. John Cena, he's back to being a face, and we're going through opponents right now. Logan Paul looks to be what's next up. We also have Brock Lesnar down the road. I did the same thing here. I went online and looked at the betting favorites for Cena's final match. So in this aspect, the title here is Cena's final opponent.
Okay.
Seth Rollins, Gunther, Braun Breaker, push Barry Cena title picture.
AJ Styles isn't in there.
Nope, not the betting favorite. He's like 7th.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not high up.
okay. So we got Seth, Gunther, and Braun Breaker. You know what? I'm titling it. Give it to Braun Breaker. I don't really care. I feel like Braun Breaker's the right answer for just about everything. Yeah, Braun Breaker. Give me all of Braun Breaker. Give me more Braun Breaker. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bury Seth. I feel like Seth's involved in so many other things and so much other chaos that I don't know. Seth Rollins doesn't necessarily need that for me, right? He can go off against CM Punk or LA Knight or Roman Reigns returning or Sami Zayn or I don't know. There's so many different paths, right? He doesn't need to be around the John Cena stuff. The Gunther stuff is interesting. I know it was kind of hinted at a little bit that it was rumored at least that he was going to be that. I guess that's fine. If we want to have Gunther kind of be like this, maybe he's like this legend killer, right? Like with his Goldberg's final match, maybe Cena's final match, maybe he's, I don't know, Rey Mysterio's final match. I don't know, something, right? You just have him fight all these greats. I know Dom's probably going to be Rey's last match, but just as an example. So I wouldn't hate that idea, but I mean, it's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's the future, and they keep saying he is the future of all these WrestleManias for 30 years of the upcoming years. Well, just have him beat John Cena.
Braun Breaker is Probably the guy I want to see face John Cena on this path the most, in my own opinion. I really want to see that match. I don't want to see Bron Breakker fight him in the final match because whoever's in that match is going to get booed out of their mind almost in a negative way, like almost too much negative heat. Like the crowd is not going to like them at all. And for that, I'm going to bury Seth Rollins because I'm with you. He is doing too much other stuff. Don't also give him the Cena final match, right? Push Bron Breakker, but I'm going to give this one the title to Gunther because that man can get booed out of his mind, and that's good heat for Gunther. Like him getting any sort of terrible heat is just building up what Gunther is as a character. He's going to give you the classic bullying, like the classic villain that Cena used to kind of go up against is kind of what Gunther is. So it kind of can tread the same lines that Cena used to do back in the day. The crowd's going to boo the hell out of him. It gives 100% crowd to John Cena for the night. Make Gunther his final opponent out of these three.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess I don't know what the reports are for him being injured, right? With his
That's
surgery
true.
Stuff. I don't
That's
know.
true. Well, December, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
But our question for this, though, throw these guys out the window. With only 10 dates remaining in John Cena's schedule, and we're back to being a face, who do you want him to fight in his final match as of right now?
I mean, it's an easy answer. It's the easiest answer. I've been saying it week after week after week. I'm going to keep saying it after Saturday, after this man wins Dose Belts at AAA. It's got to be Dirty Dom, Dirty Dose Belts Dom. It just makes sense. I mean, if you have him hold the IC title, I get it's a really, really long time. But John Cena comes for that IC title and says, I've never won that. I want to be a Grand Slam champion. And he needs to conquer that hill. And he goes into the final match for the IC title against Dom. That actually gives me some storyline besides, hey, it's just Cena's final match where you kind of maybe think, hey, we all know Cena's going to go out on his back, right? But if it's for the IC title, that really builds some intrigue. Do they give him the Grand Slam champion or do they have him go out on his back and lose to somebody like Dom? I want to see that. It's probably selfish. It probably doesn't make any sense, but it sounds great.
Yeah, I'm going to go with one guy who I think that it would just continue to build his stock. It's been planted seeds here and there over the past year almost. I would love for Drew McIntyre to be John Cena's final match. As I just said, everybody's going to boo whoever he fights out the building. Drew McIntyre is one of those guys who can spin any boo into a good boo for himself. The match would be great, and him putting Cena down would just be believable. Like at the end of the day, him pinning John Cena in the middle of the ring, I'd be like, yeah, I would take 2025 Drew McIntyre over 2025 John Cena. That makes sense. And he could just catapult that on SmackDown or wherever he is at the time. Drew McIntyre being Cena's final match sounds good to me.
Yeah, and that's one thing that probably, kind of ruins the hopes for the Dom stuff because Dom's getting so universally cheered.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a thing where they just cheer for everybody at that point. I don't know.
Well, moving on, though. I called this one the Tiffy Terminators. I was proud of that name.
That's terrible.
That's good. That's good. Beating Tiffy time. She's the longest reigning WWE champion right now. And I went again, same site for the betting championship. Odds on who's going to beat her next. Push Barry title. Chelsea Green, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair.
Well, I'm giving the title to Bianca Belair. I pretty much have talked about it. Time and time again, I want to see Bianca with a championship again. I want to see her with the title again. The EST being the BEST, right? Just sounds great. It just sounds awesome. Bianca's been gone for far too long. She's had a really nasty finger injury, right? From the Mania stuff. So maybe that's with due time. Maybe that's just kind of what they, wait and see sort of thing. I'm going to go ahead, honestly. I'm going to bury Jade, which sounds crazy because that was my Queen of the Ring pick. And I was really on board with her taking the title at SummerSlam. Thought, yeah, she's going to do this. But SummerSlam told me that, they don't really think she's ready maybe at this point, that they're, maybe a little bit shy and they're, a little bit hesitant. So, Barry is probably a little bit too harsh, but in terms of the game, that's what it is. And then I'm going to push Chelsea Green because it's Chelsea Green. I feel like that's fantastic. She can have great feuds with anybody. She can have the Secret Hervice be like a comical version of the Vision. Basically, you have them come out and they're like, we're the Secret Hervice, and they're trying to be like the Vision, but they're not, and they're just terrible and they fail every single time. It just sounds great. So that's what I'm going to go with here.
I went exactly with what you said. I'm going to put the title on Bianca Belair. It's just been too dang long. I would love for her to come back. I think her and Tiffany Stratton would have phenomenal matches. Their matches would be great, athletic as can be. Jade, I am going to bury in terms of this game just because she just had her shot at it. And I feel like we did hit a little bit of a hiccup in terms of the Jade push. She just needs a little bit more work, so let's have her do that. And I'm going to push Chelsea Green all day, every day. Let's finally give her a little bit of credibility. I know her whole thing is that she's okay with losing. She is a team player through and through, and that's great. But, sometimes I want to see even the funny people be competent and get some good wins here and there. So let's push Chelsea Green and get her into the title scene as well. Why not?
I mean, Santina should have won that Royal Rumble.
I know. This close, Santina.
And I mean, you look at it also like with Jade, like last thing before we move on to the next one or the question, like there's also an interesting twist maybe coming with her character with the Kiana James stuff and like the hinted at with the business card, like does she turn or like who really knows kind of what path they're going down. So a little bit hesitant.
This one, I mean, there wasn't really a question to, be too creative with. And we just did a dethrone video. So if you want to go see who we think are going to dethrone Tiffany, go watch that. But who would you like to see be Tiffany's next big feud just overall right now? Not talking about losing, but just we got nothing for her at the moment. So what would you like to see?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing for her. So what do we do? I guess it would have to be Bianca Belair. Like, honestly, I don't really see too many options there on SmackDown. Realistically, I might have said like a Julia if Julia didn't have the U.S. title.
Yep.
Shockingly, hey, guess what? She has the U.S. title. You might not know that if you've watched SmackDown because she's not on TV, but she does have that thing. I'm assuming that they'll just probably do some filler feuds, some one-offs. Maybe Zelina Vega honestly gets some sort of shot as like a fill-in. Who really knows? But Bianca is probably the only legitimate, credible choice because there's not a lot left.
I'm with you. If I wanted to do one, I'd be like, if Bianca's good to go, please bring her back and put her in the title scene right away. And I'm glad that you said it before me because I feel like what we're going to get is Zelina Vega as a plug and play at the moment. Just put her in there and like, we have this much time before Bianca arrives. What are we going to do? Throw Zelina Vega in there. Is that going to be entertaining? No, in my opinion, but the matches might be all right. So what I would like to see is Bianca return and then we have fun there. But yeah.
And I think there's probably two legitimate options. Well, I say legitimate. I think there's two options from SmackDown. I think there's Zelina Vega and I think there's Chelsea Green. And everything that you hinted at with Chelsea Green with like your reason why to push her or whatever, the comedy stuff. Obviously, whoever feuds with Tiffany next is not taking the title off of her. So Zelina or Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea never loses steam ever, no matter what happens. So I could also see them just penciling that in.
Let's do two more. Women's Tag Team Revolution is what I'm calling it. We got ourselves some good tag team stuff in the making at the moment. It's real good. Our champions right now, of course, are Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who are totally not friends and who totally shared cake the other day. It was really cool. Anyways, we're going to do the three tag teams that we got right now. Push Barry title, the Kabuki Warriors, the Secret Hervice, and Rhea and Io Sky.
Well, I feel like the Barry one is pretty easy on this one. It's a Secret Hervice. No offense to the Secret Hervice. When the Secret Hervice first started, we were very high on them. We thought, hey, this could be great. This could be awesome. But then they were just resorted to the comedy stuff, which, like you said, comedy stuff's been great. It's been awesome. Them, like, combo putting the cake in the ring last week, I thought was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous, and I was here for it. But you look at the other two teams here. I'm going to bury them. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to title the Kabuki Warriors. I feel like it's been too long. I really enjoy their stuff together. Asuka kind of needs a title, even if it is just a tag team title. Kairi Sane had that really cool promo video package, and then just nothing has really happened for her, right? She was having her eyes set on all of the champions. Well, okay. I mean, that hasn't done anything.
Awesome promo, though.
I mean,
CGI.
Super cool stuff. So go ahead and title them, and then push Rhea and Io. I think at the end of the day, like, that's really fun to see. I think you might end up getting them to be the push that makes Charlotte and Alexa finally say that they're friends, maybe. That's kind of how you go about it. And then later on down the line, the Kabuki Warriors maybe take the titles off after a turn between either Charlotte and Alexa, something like that.
Yep, I'm pretty much with you. I changed it up a little bit. I'm going to have to bury the Secret Hervice. I mean, they do that weekly almost, so it fits their characters. I'm going to push the Kabuki Warriors because I feel like everything that you just said fits here. I would love to see Asuka do more. I would love to see Kairi Sane finally get some character in her. Hopefully they can really pull off this heel character and change themselves up. You know Asuka can do it, but Kairi, waiting for that. It'll be fun. And then if you're going to title these people, I mean, if I have anybody on my books to beat Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, it's got to be Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I mean, that's a believable team who can beat anybody. They can go beat the Judgment Day if they wanted to. I mean, why not go beat up on Finn and JD? Rhea did that by herself for years anyways. So if I had to push Barry and title for the sake of this game, I got to go with Rhea and Io being the champions at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, like you said, two top-tier women wrestlers, throw them together, and then you're like, well, who the hell is going to beat Charlotte and Alexa? And you're like, oh, well, there's Rhea and Io. Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, and then the question here, I do want to just put a nice little magnifying glass on the women's tag team division right now because it feels like we're finally starting to get a little oomph there, right? Even putting Rhea Ripley and Io Sky together in a tag team is a ballsy move from WWE considering they've been like very relied on to carry the world title scene. And we'll obviously with the Naomi stuff, we'll see if that remains a thing, but we're taking it for what it is at the moment. Is this the most excited that you've ever been for the women's tag team titles since the inception?
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I would say probably so. I can't sit here and tell you when. I mean, I know like when Bayley and Sasha won them, I was excited because I was a big Bayley and Sasha fan. So like that's probably up there for me. But this in terms of all around like talent, all around tag teams, you have legitimate tag teams with legitimate superstars challenging other legitimate superstars. And it's like, okay, well, maybe they don't have a top tier woman, but they're Asuka and Kairi, right? Who are an amazing tag team. Asuka has been top tier before. It's been a while since we've gotten to see her a little bit. But all around, yeah, I would say I'm most excited, which is something that like is weird considering they've released all of the tag teams. But they've kind of just done really, really well, in my opinion, with not a lot.
Yeah, I completely agree. It is the most excited I've ever been during the women's tag team whole thing. I'm with you. There have been moments to where I'm excited for the teams that won. When the Iconics won it, very happy. When Bayley and Sasha won it, very happy. When Bianca and Jade won it, very happy. But it's always one of those moments where like they make a team, the team wins it, and then there's nothing. Now it feels like Charlotte and Alexa won the things, which are awesome. And then it's like, oh, now we got the Kabuki Warriors. Now we have the Secret Hervice. Now we have Rhea and Io Sky forming a team. It's like we finally have some shape of a division. And then if you wanted to, you can go fishing and pull some NXT tag teams up as well. So it's like we finally have a well-rounded division. Let's see if they pull it off. But I'm definitely the most excited I've been in years with these things.
Yeah, and that's not even to mention Roxanne and Raquel, who, they had the titles as well for a good amount of time, and it was fantastic when they had it too.
Right.
So all around good stuff.
We're literally not talking about the previous tag champions. Bunch of losers
not
here.
Not me, you.
Did you talk about them?
I just said you didn't talk about them, which means I talked about them.
We're going to end it with some Triple Mania. Triple Mania. I chose 3 of the luchadors from the WWE, but we'll get to the question after this. Triple Mania hype. 3 luchadors that WWE's got right now. Push Barry title. Penta, Rey Fenix, Dragon Lee.
I'm going to title Penta. I really like the idea that I had about the Penta Open IC title challenge, basically. Just, hey, every week Penta go out there and have an open challenge and challenge somebody and go out there and have a great match. Make them look great. You look great. That's fantastic. That's awesome stuff. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push Rey Fenix. I know Rey Fenix is, I guess, kind of somewhat getting a push with Andrade. I guess I'll put a caveat and say, like, if they continue to do that, you sign me up for that. They can just kind of keep going towards those tag titles. Really kind of thought they were going to go singles route with him, but it seems like he's really found his footing. So going to kind of cheat there a little bit. Dragon Lee, we've been excited about Dragon Lee in the past before, but Dragon Lee's been around for a while, and Penta and Rey are both newer guys to WWE, and so Dragon's had his time to kind of find his footing to be featured and stuff. And he was there for a little bit, I feel like, on Raw, but nothing really as of late. So he's just kind of like a guy you throw into random matches.
Yeah, this one's going to be quick. I mean, Penta push him to a title. So Penta title. I mean, the dude, I think he is just gold every time he's in the ring, and he's gold right now. I think he's hilarious on a mic when he tells people to shut up and he just spams his emote. I think it's awesome. I think it's funny. I think he's he's full of that enthusiasm and he just has the it factor. Rey Fenix, love him as well. Gonna push him because I want Andrade and Rey Fenix to be as close to getting those tag titles at all points because they're a fantastic tag team. Dragon Lee, absolutely no disrespect to him. Dude can ball, but for the purpose of this game, I gotta go ahead and bury the man. But that gives us to our question. We're gonna go ahead and throw it out there. With Triple Mania happening this weekend, does Dirty Dom leave as Dirty Dose belts and win it?
I feel like he has to. I've already answered this once. I'll answer it again. I'll answer it Saturday, before the show, during the show, after the show. He's got to have both belts. I mean, you see the reception that he got when he appeared on AAA TV last time, right? Fantastic stuff. It's like, oh my God. And we criticized it a little bit because we're like, hey, WWE, how do you not capitalize on this? You have Dom coming on Raw, and it doesn't feel like it's really translating. He had a really cool, great match with AJ with some of the throwbacks to Eddie Guerrero. He's really kind of leaning into that stuff now. Go ahead and just give it to him. If you don't give it to him now, when are you ever going to give it to him?
Completely agree. The best Dirty Dom is AAA Dom. When he walks out there, he is a certified stud and star. And the last time he was on AAA, they blew the roof off that place for him. I have no idea why we get to Monday Night Raw and they just make him look like an idiot, but it is time. Give that man a second belt. Give some of those AAA guys a way over for a few weeks while he carries the 2 titles, and they can come up on Raw and we can have some fun AAA action to introduce the casual Raw and SmackDown fan to some AAA guys, maybe get some more eyes on that. But Dirty Dose belts, I mean, imagine the merch. Imagine how crazy Dom will be. He will be an absolute douche on screen, and it's going to be perfect. Dirty Dose belts. Hell yeah, it's happening this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you really look at it, and it's like, I don't know. Like, it seems very clear-cut obvious for a Fatal 4-Way that you're like, okay, one of these guys, and if it's not Dom, it's got to be El Grande. But El Grande, got the pin on Raw, so I don't know if you're doing that.
Which one?
Yes.
Anyway, those were that was a good little fun game. We mixed game Pushberry title with some current stuff that's happening in WWE, so hopefully y'all liked it. And if you want to do this, maybe we'll do this once a month. That sounds like something fun to be doing. But let us know in the comments all your answers to all these questions, the Pushberry titles and the actual questions afterward. We'd love to talk to you in the comments about it. Make sure to check out our live stream. We'll be live for SmackDown, PLEs, and Raw, of course, on youtube.com/@CODWrestlePod. And then for everything else, it's @CODWrestlePod, COD WrestlePod. That's where you'll find our link tree that takes you everywhere. All of our social medias, TikToks, including our live reactions on our TikTok Reacts channel. So go ahead and check that out as well. But I'm Will. That's Brandon. We're the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast, and we will see you next time.